Well, hello everybody, welcome to Badlands Ballistics. Gonna do a little video tonight, and this video is quite different than what I normally do. I'm in my basement, just in the house, it's after dark. Hopefully the glare of my bald head is not too distracting. I always gotta make a bald head joke when I'm not wearing a hat. So anyway, the video today is concealed carry with one in the chamber or not. So I got a bunch of different guns laid on the table here. Everything's been safety checked. Actions are open. So what I'm going to talk about today is the guns that I carry on a regular basis and kind of the background of them, kind of the why and what works for me. So here's the deal with concealed carry. In my opinion, everyone's skill level, everyone's experience, everyone's comfort level is different. So I am not here to tell anyone watching this video what they should do. I'm not going to do that. Because, like I say, I'm gonna go over some guns here. We'll just jump right into it. So we're gonna talk about the guns that I carry first. We're gonna talk about some of the discussions I've had with my shooting friends. So first and foremost, the gun that I carry the very most on an everyday basis, Beretta Tomcat 32 ACP. I think my opinion is that with the Underwood ammo, this guy has come to new life. 32 ACP with that Extreme Defender, the bullet looks like a screwdriver tip almost. The ballistics yell test on that ammo is some pretty serious hardware. And amazingly enough, hopefully you guys have seen the videos I've done on this, I'm shooting 2-3 inch groups at 25 yards off the table with this. The accuracy level is incredible. I have every bit of confidence in this gun. So that's my everyday carry, probably 10 to 1 more than any other gun I carry, with an in the pocket holster. The gun's safe. You guys can see that action's open, no mag. Slip that guy in, and I'll just tell you my scenarios. I'm out on the farm working all day. I look at my watch and go, oh, dang it, I promised my wife I was gonna take her to the movie tonight. So I run in the house, hop in the shower, grab a bite to eat, throw some clean clothes on, throw this guy in my pocket, and out the door we go. Very simple, very easy. Good friend of mine, law enforcement officer, between him and my son, they harassed the crud out of me. What are you doing with the 32 ACP? Anyway, I let him borrow this gun for a week, and he's like, dude, that is the way to go. That is so simple. I find myself carrying much more than what I normally do. 32 ACP Beretta Tomcat. The next gun that I carry a lot, FNX 45. This guy is some serious hardware. The gun safety checked. You can see it's open, no mag. This carries 15 rounds of 45 ACP. I don't care who you are, that's some pretty serious hardware. So when I carry this gun, is on the mountain, when I'm riding a four-wheeler in a side-by-side, up to the cabin doing work, up working on fences, whatever, this is the gun I carry. Big full-size gun carried outside the waist in a duty style holster. I don't know if you guys have experience with the FNX, but this is a fantastic gun. So now the next scenario that I carry a lot, probably less as far as hours, is when I'm on a horse. When I'm on a horse, I carry either Ruger Blackhawk 45, Smith & Wesson 629. I was on the mountain a year or two ago. You guys heard me talk about this a little bit. Had a bad encounter with a badger. This is the gun I had with me. I have all the confidence in the world as far as how to shoot this gun. Took care of business, no problem. So those are the guns that I carry. We're gonna give a couple honorable mentions. 1911 45. You guys have seen some, this is my Charles Daly. I've done a bunch of videos on this as far as customizing. Got the fully adjustable Bullmar style sights. Worked on the hammer a little bit. Of course, the beautiful grips, thank you Boyd, and extended beaver tail safety. I carry this on occasion, and I think I'm gonna start carrying it more. I've got a DeSantis holster that's made for cocked and locked. The leather strap goes between the hammer and the firing pin. Well, you guys can see that. I am comfortable carrying this gun in this holster. Probably the only way I am comfortable carrying this cocked and locked. So I carry this on occasion, not a ton. Bottom line is, I'm not comfortable carrying a 1911 that way. I just haven't done it much. As much as I love this gun and the custom work I've done to it, you may see this one being carried much more. But it has to have this holster, and I just recently got this holster, ordered it from DeSantis. So that is my carry guns. We're gonna do a couple honorable mentions here. Taurus G2. Done some videos on this guy. For this little gun, it's got fully adjustable sights. I have shot some incredibly good groups with this gun. I carry this on occasion. This used to be, before I got the Beretta Tomcat, my go-to carry gun. I've got a pretty nice inside the waist holster with it. This is an interesting gun. Another one, this is the gun that my wife carries. When she goes to the mountain, and my wife's interesting, she loves to go to the mountain, and sometimes she'll go up there by herself for a couple days and just enjoy the peace and quiet, read a book, spend some time with her dogs. She's seen a lion about 5 years ago, scared the crap out of her. So this is the gun that she carries, Ruger LCRX 38. This is rated for plus Ps. Of course, you wouldn't want to shoot a few thousand rounds of plus Ps through this guy, but I have no qualms. She carries a 125 grain jacket hollow point plus P. She can defend herself pretty good on the mountain with this guy. Okay, so now let's talk about one in the chamber or not. So I have a very good friend, think the world of the guy, very capable with firearms. His way of carrying. So here's a SIG 320 striker fire gun. Of course, it's empty, no mag. The way he carries, and he carries probably more than any person I know. He carries a striker fire gun, full mag, nothing in the chamber. His way of thinking, his way of training, pulls the gun out of the holster, racks the slide, he's ready to take care of business. Me personally, I am too clumsy for that. I know that if I was in a stressful situation, if I pulled a gun out of a holster and wanted to rock the slide, I'm gonna fumble it. He feels comfortable doing that. Great on him, good for him. I mean, he's like I say, if the zombies attack, I want him on my side because he's very capable. That's how he carries. I don't, because I know that I'm gonna fumble it. I just know that I am. I don't have the confidence in doing that. That's one way to carry. My son carries that way. He feels confident, I do not. So, let's talk about the guns that I do carry. This Beretta Tomcat, tip up barrel, full mag, I do carry with one in the chamber. This is a double action exposed hammer. So this is how I carry it, just like that. The first shot is very deliberate. So my way of thinking in my simple little P-Rain, I am never gonna accidentally make that trigger go off. It takes so much effort. It's long, it's got a lot of spring tension on it. I am not gonna accidentally put this in a holster, put this in my pocket, accidentally make this guy go off. It's just not gonna happen. I feel confident with that. So that's how I'm comfortable carrying it. FNX, same way. Full mag, one in the chamber, hammer down, safety off. That's how I carry this gun. There again, there is so much effort that it takes to make that gun go off the first time. I'm not gonna accidentally do that. It just is not, I just feel like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna accidentally go off because of that double action trigger mechanism for the first shot. Here we are. You see the pattern here. Double action revolver. Carry fully loaded. Smith & Wessons are they're safe to carry with 6 rounds in the cylinders. It's got the hammer block safety in it. There again, I am not gonna accidentally make that guy go off. It's just not gonna happen. I feel confident with that. So with this guy, I'm on the mountain with a horse. I have an issue. I'm gonna grab the gun and shoot a double action first shot. If not, if I need to or have time, I can cock the hammer, take a rested position, and use the single action fantastic carry gun on the mountain. I don't think anybody would ever argue that. Now we're to the traditional single action. Same thing. It's not going to go off. It's just not. You've got to be the deliberate of the two-step. Pull the hammer back, fire single action. All right, so you guys can see the trend here. So if there's new shooters watching this video, and that's kind of what it's geared toward, I have been shooting handguns for about 40 years, and I am not comfortable carrying a striker fire style handgun with one in the chamber. So here again, the SIG 320, in my opinion, has the best trigger on the market of a striker fire type gun. And I know there is some technical differences between this and say a Glock and a Springfield. Not going to get into that today. For our conversation, this is a striker fire gun. Look at the effort it takes to make this guy go off. Almost nothing, right? I feel like, for me personally, I could have an accidental discharge with this gun if I carried it with one in the chamber. Don't do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you I don't do it. That's the striker fire scenario. So here is the exception to that. Taurus G2. This guy has what I describe as a double action revolver style trigger. It takes some effort and it's a long travel. And then it has a restrike capability. But that trigger has a long pull. My son hates this gun. He thinks I've wasted my money buying this. He says, "Dad, it's useless. It's got a terrible trigger. Why do you want that?" So this is the exception to all of this that we're talking about. I feel confident carrying this gun with one in the chamber because of that long trigger. And believe it or not, I've shot some great groups with this gun. I don't know, it's an anomaly. So anyway, a couple things. I had a extended family member a few years ago say, "Hey, I've never owned a handgun. What do you think I should buy?" I said, for your very first handgun, until you're confident, double action revolver. I am a firm believer this is one of the best firearms for a novice handgun shooter. There again, takes a lot to make that guy go off for the first time, or you have the option. The Ruger LCRX here has the exposed hammer. Then you could go to single action. It's got a good trigger. My wife is that person. As much exposure she has to guns and as much opportunity she has, she does not enjoy shooting guns. She just doesn't. That's okay. This is the gun for her. She's confident with this gun. I feel confident sending her to the mountain with this gun. She carries it in an outside the waistband holster, fully loaded. She knows how to shoot it. This is the gun. So I've done a lot of talking today, but there's been some videos out there that I've seen recently that I thought was interesting about concealed carry with one in the chamber. I've went over my theory. Honestly, it is such a personal choice, and this video is probably geared a little bit more to new gun owners, new people that want to carry concealed. I'm going to tell you that when you go to the gun store, the Nimrod behind the counter is trying to sell you a Glock 19. Most popular handgun in America, probably, I don't know. But please do your research on it, because my opinion is that's not the right gun for a novice handgun owner. Double action revolver. They make these guys in 22 long rifles. This one's a 38. I'm going to say if you're a new handgun owner, one of these guys in a 22 long rifle is probably the place to get started. Striker fire, absolutely not the place, and that's what the guy's going to try to sell you. It almost gets me upset. I'm almost have some passion about why in the world would somebody at a gun store try to sell a new novice gun owner a striker fire 9mm. It's absolutely insane in my opinion. New gun owners, double action revolver. That is my opinion. So, and here I am, like I said, I've been shooting handguns for 40 years. As you see the trend of the guns I have on the counter here, these double action exposed hammers are the ones I'm comfortable with. Now there's going to be some argument. Oh, well, that's ridiculous because your first shot is this long, hard, double action trigger and you're not going to be accurate with it. I'm not going to argue that. It's up to me to practice with these guns in double action mode. Do I do it? I do. More than what you probably realize. So anyway, done a whole lot of talking today. This video's been a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I'll tell you, for the audience that's watching that are seasoned gun owners, man, try to take some time to mentor some of these new gun owners, because I mean, we've all been to the range and seen some close calls and seen improper gun handling. So I think that our nation right now is becoming a more gun-friendly nation as a whole. And I think there's more and more new gun owners every day. So if you're a new gun owner, you're thinking about being a new gun owner, please just take the time, look at one of these guys in a 22 long rifle and get some confidence, get some experience with something that's a little simpler to manage. These guns, somebody says, oh, they're the simplest in the world. To me, they are, because I've been shooting them for a few decades. But for a new gun owner, and I've had a few new gun owners or new novice shooters at my house, not gun owners, and I'll tell you, they're intimidated by something like the striker fire guns. These guys are simple. It's funny, my wife, what she likes to say is, I know where my bullets are. She can swing the cylinder open and see, is it loaded? Is it unloaded? She puts them in. She understands where they go, all of that. This is for her, works very well. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video. Please leave some comments. This is an interesting topic for a lot of people, but like I say, I've spread a bunch of guns out here. I've explained my way of thinking, and even my own son doesn't agree with it. He has a different way. He likes he'll say, well, with this gun, the trigger pull's the same every time. Can't argue that. And he carries a gun quite a bit. And his theory is, I'm going to pull the gun out, rack the slide, and then I'm going to be ready for taking care of business. I said it earlier in the video, I am too clumsy. I just know that I am. And I can just see me pulling this guy out and in a heated, stressful, quick reaction type moment, fumbling that action, not getting it back far enough, I don't know, a couple dozen things that could go wrong with that. So it's just not for me. So anyway, great topic for discussion. I love the comments. Please throw a barrage of comments at me. Even if you disagree with everything I said, that's great. Let's have a conversation about it. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe.